Good morning, guys and gals. Well, what's left of the morning anyway? Wow, that was interesting. Nice thing about the phone, it tells me when my caller is suspected spam. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Mr. Tyler. Hope you're doing well this morning. Yeah, as I was just explaining in the chat right before let me get this thing balanced out here a little bit. I think that's a little straighter right there. As I was just explaining in the chat when Tony asked, we have a scheduled party tomorrow night. So since the dough rises over a 24-hour period, I had to go in this morning and make the dough. Then tomorrow morning, instead of going in and making dough for Wednesday, I'll get this dough balled up and get it into pet boxes and then the walk in and then make dough for Wednesday's normal full day. But I worked all night, so I should be sleeping. Dude, you have got no idea how many times I've sat here just in the last 15 minutes since I got home. 25 minutes. And thought, man, I just want to go to bed. 1:30 came way too early this morning. I just want to go to bed. But I decided, nope, we didn't do a stream last weekend because of the internet issues, or last Monday because of the internet issues. God only knows if we're going to have any today. So far today, it's been good. So we'll just have to wait and see what's happening there. Worked all night. Good morning, Jan. Good to see you, honey. Hope you're doing good this morning. Good morning, Sarah. Sarah Doll. Happy Thanksgiving. Hey, Terry. You too, love. It's coming up here quick. I got home at 5 this morning. I was just clocking in at that time. And it took me a big whopping hour and a half to get everything done and washed back up and then shut down everything after I got set up for tomorrow morning. So yeah, it was it was fun. I am in a fair bit of work on my truck yesterday. I'm paying for it today. Well, I really honestly, I scheduled this. I decided I was going to do it. I should be busting the house out because the wife has to work on Thanksgiving. So our Thanksgiving is going to be held on Friday when she's scheduled off. But we're going to have like 12 people here. My mom and dad are up from Tennessee. They're in central Indiana right now at my sister and her husband's house. They're all coming up early Friday morning. They're gonna, since he's a truck driver, he gets these coupons for free nights in hotels and stuff. So they're gonna find a hotel up here in the area that accepts those coupons and just spend all day Friday, Saturday, and probably part of the day Sunday. So they wanted to come up and do Thanksgiving with us since we were not able to take the trip down there. Um, what can you say? I'm sorry that you're hurting, Tony. I'm sorry that you're hurting. I had to get out the other day on one of our not snowing days. It was really interesting. Sadly enough, the wind was blowing the opposite direction of where the leaves had to go, so I made like a great big huge pile in the yard or up in the driveway. Um, and yeah, that's that's where they're going to stay until they dry out, and I can get them down to the curb lawn to get them all, sucked up by the city. Um, such a life as we. Oh yeah. Such a life as we age. I have the week off, so I'm getting things done around the house. How much snow did you get? We got about, yeah, 4.5 inches overnight and that next day, but it's all gone now. We're back up in the mid 40s right now. Yeah, we're upper 40s right now. But they're talking about the possibility of rain, maybe snow tomorrow, and then either on Thanksgiving Day or the day after Thanksgiving, they're talking about actual accumulation again. So, and by the sounds of things, it's going to be heading your way, Sarah. They're talking about it coming across the top of the country and hitting the Midwest, and another part's coming up from down in Texas, and they're going to hit each other and go straight east. So, yeah, be expecting either some rain or snow come Saturday. Um, Brenda and I have to work the next 3 days. I have week off too. Been cleaning all morning. And this morning I just spent $604 on tires for the truck. They were far more worn than I thought. 4.5 inches is it's not a lot, but when you're out walking in it at 3:30 in the morning and the temperature's 31 degrees, but it feels like 22. And no matter what direction I walked, or whether I walked west down to the main road or north from the main road up to the brewery, I was getting hit in the face by snow. I actually sent Steph a picture when I got there, and I had snow caked on my hat and all down the front of my coat and stuck in my beard and everything else. It was quite the interesting picture. Um, these should be safe. Yeah, that is true. Spend that kind of money on tires, but at least you're going to be safe driving the truck. That's for sure. Um, Snow expected here Thursday. I'd love to have snow. This coming weekend, Jay starts his Santa gig. Jan, you can have it. Oh, very fun. Very fun. Yep, I've made the conscious decision to finally let my beard grow in. So hopefully, by next winter, I'll be able to start doing the Santa thing up around these parts. If I can, run across my, I don't want the traditional Santa suit with the thigh length coat. I like the Father Christmas outfit a lot more with the longer coat, like the one I made last year that goes almost all the way down to my ankles. Um, but then I need to worry about the long staff and all that kind of stuff. So I might do some stuff for the brewery this Christmas season, only because I work much cheaper than professional Santas do. The locking rear differential seems to eat tires faster. Both back tires are really bald. and I do not do burnouts. I pay for those tires. Wow. Understood. My friend got her own shop, so I'll be working in her shop while he is Santa a couple of doors up. Very cool. Very cool. Well, that'll keep you entertained. I mean, as long as she'll let you bug out once in a while to, film him doing his thing. I finally found a good apartment. I'll be moving first of the year. Congratulations. It's about time. As I knew they were giving you some huff about, your mom's house and everything. So yeah, I'm really glad that you found some place that you can go, and that is really, really cool. That's great news. Hose workmen. I wish I was hoeing. I'd make a lot more money than I do. Well, I don't know. If you listen to my wife talk about it, it would be more like hoes can't accept food stamps. Yeah, Drew, my work as a hoe. That's going to be the title of my book. My life as a hoe. Work's been good. I mean, I've been staying busy 6 days a week. I'm up every day between 12:30 and 1:30 because I'm so exhausted staying awake and, doing my responsibilities here when I get home from work. Not to mention I was sick last week, so I was coming home from work at, 10:30 in the morning after being there for 5 or 6 hours, and I was falling asleep and sleeping from 10:30 in the morning until 3 o'clock in the afternoon, getting up, and by 8 o'clock, passing 7:30 sometimes, passing back out again. Hell, one night last week I went to sleep at a quarter to 7. I couldn't stay awake any longer. I mean, I couldn't even concentrate to eat without dozing off in my plate. So, well, it looks like we're going to have those issues. It's telling me, well, nope, no, now we're back on. Internet just shut off and we're back on again. So we'll see what happens. Um, yeah, I'm making that dough. Actually, that dough is one of the most versatile doughs I've ever seen in my life. You can make bagels with it. You can make bread with it. You can make pie crusts with it. I made chicken pot pie here just a couple weeks ago, and got out a 9 by 12 baking dish, and made the crust up the side, got everything mixed up and put inside it, and then made a crust and went on top. But I'm going to use it for pumpkin pie crust for our family's Thanksgiving. What's it? What's the computer? Oh, temps to plummet. Yeah, it says that every day and then gets warmer. That's not plummeting. Uh, as you guys may have seen and heard, I put out the video announcement The other evening, it was unscheduled video release, but we are doing the Christmas Adopt a Family thing this year. You guys know that, there are times we don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But I managed to, in the past couple years, have um, scraped together enough to be able to help people that are less fortunate, even than my family. I don't see how that's possible, but I mean, some of them get sick, they can't go back to work, they're fighting disability, they lose a family member, something like that. So, but we're going to do it again this year. I'm working with a couple of individual organizations here in the community to find a very worthy recipient. Um, so we'll just have to see what happens. Um, it was 60 Fahrenheit this morning. Wow. Yeah, it's like a big whopping 48 here. They said these cool temperatures probably would not last, or these cool temperatures probably would not go away until after next weekend. But a lot of that storm front and everything, like I said, it started off as rain and snow in Washington and Oregon, and as it's moving across the top of the country, it's getting hit by a polar blast, which is going to make it fork down and hit um, Wisconsin, Minnesota, northern Illinois, come across Michigan, and go down through the Ohio Valley. And as it hits the lower Ohio, Kentucky area, this other front coming from Texas is going to hit it. And they're going to join and move directly eastwards. They're talking about the eastern seaboard getting snow, upper Michigan actually getting, and parts of like Wisconsin. They're talking about like feet, like a foot and a half of snow. For our area, they're talking, some areas 6, 7, possibly 8 inches. Not to mention with the warm lakes, they're saying that cold air is going to cause a lake effect snow band that could last several days. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. Thank God I have my cavalry boots still. I'm not going to be very comfortable to work in, but they go clear up to my knees. So um, I'm probably still going to get wet. Thank God I have my Buffalo Bill Cody tops that go all the way up to my thighs. So I can just slip them down over the boots, put the boots on, and I stay dry all the way up to, um, well, what would be the correct word? Or what would be the, let's just say I tain't gonna get wet. I was doing pretty good on saving. However, the truck just cleared that out. Oh, I'm sure it's. All right, guys, we are back. Not that anybody's still here. If you're still here, Stephen, good morning. Did I mention I'm a consultant now? Made sales in October, November, and I've gotten commission already. Very, very cool. Congratulations, Jan. Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely internet playing games again. Like doing these late starts. Um, I don't get it. I don't get it. But yep, it's still the internet's still playing games. I don't understand what the issue is. I got a hold of them last week after we had all those problems. I spent several hours on the phone with T-Mobile, and they said there was absolutely nothing wrong with the internet. Um, it was showing good speeds, excellent strength. They don't understand why it's shutting off. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I don't understand it, but then again, I don't understand a lot of things. That's why I rely on a whole lot of special effects and a whole lot of green screening and a lot less knowledge than most people have. Oh, I am. Yeah, I noticed up here in the chat my message didn't even make it through. The chat hadn't even disconnected yet, and I said, "Uh oh, spinny, spinny," or "Uh oh, here we go, spinny, spinny." And about that time, the chat was disconnected, but my message didn't even make it on here. So that's always suck balls. Oh, yeah, I'm not crazy about these late starts either, but since we couldn't do a live stream last week, I definitely wanted to do some semblance, as much as I possibly could this week. Um, I had no clue how long it was going to last, if it was going to last, if it was even going to start. So I'm glad we at least got that far. What's the subject matter of your show going to be today, Tony? I still have my chicken in a crate in the living room, debating on putting her back out with the group tonight when they go to bed. Why is your chicken crated up in your living room? Is she having nightmares being outside? Is the other chickens jealous of her good looks? All right, Tony. You have yourself a good day, bud. Have a good show. Yeah, I'm actually considering going out. We have a limb on one of the pine trees that hangs really low, and I'm seriously thinking about going out and trimming some of the little boughs off of it and making a huge wreath to go on the front of the house, and then I want to make a real small. We have a nice little pumpkin out here on the table, and I've got my Thai beanie baby turkey sitting up on by the stem, holding on to the stem. So I'm thinking about making a small wreath to go around the bottom of the pumpkin and using it for the Thanksgiving centerpiece. Um, they bullied her and bloodied her, so brought her in. medicated and heal. They've obviously got to be jealous of her legs and breasts. I mean, that would just self-explanatory. I mean, you have um, you have normal average chickens, and you bring like a Rita Hayworth chicken in there. They're going to bully her. They're going to beat up on her. I mean, that's all there is to that. It's just makes sense. Yeah, I was thinking about doing like the great big wreath to go in between the kitchen window and the sink windows over the sink and the big window um, down at the end of the house. She was a pitiful sight when I brought her in. Oh, I bet. I bet when last time I was lived down in Tennessee, which was here probably about 12 or 13 years ago, I worked at a Purdue for a company that processes chickens for Purdue, and they have several God 200, 300 foot hen houses down in that area, and some of those hen houses have got 10,000 chickens in there, and I have seen what these chickens will do to each other. I mean, if a lot of people seen what their chicken looked like before it was processed and put in the store, they wouldn't eat them. I mean, some of these little things look like they got mange. They have had feathers just completely pulled off of them in big patches. They've eyes poked out and mutilated, and especially when they have the missexed chickens mixed in with them. Though they look like a hen, they still have the horns and stuff like that, and they'll tear up other missexed chickens. But yeah, hens. I don't know what it is about hens, man. They are vicious. They're vicious to each other, and I don't get that. Yeah, that's really sad, that we had to start so late. Um, I knew it was going to interfere with Tony's schedule because he always does his show on Mondays, uh, following shortly behind when we normally am. Yeah, I know you only have hens, but yeah, I don't know what it is about those hens. I understand um, when it comes to the mist sexed roosters or the I don't want to call them a hermaphrodite, but they're a rooster that you can't really tell it's a rooster because it looks like a hen. And for those of you that don't know, sexing a chicken is very uncomfortable for the person doing the sexing and the chicken. Um, let's just say that the little when they're a chick, the little thing that tells you if it's a boy chickie or a girl chickie is kind of shaped like this and goes up in an orifice, and then it comes out to do its job and goes back up in there. So you got to take this little fluff ball and you got to and look for that little thing. So yeah, it's not fun. It's not fun, and um, a lot of times people just look at it and say, "Okay, little girl," and they put it in a box, and then they ship them off to these hen houses, and they come back, or they start to grow up and look like a female, but they're actually a male. And they do grow those horns on the back of their legs and stuff that are used for fighting and wounding other males. So though we can't tell just by looking at them when they're babies if it's a male or a female, they know whether it's a male or a female, and they will mess each other up. It wasn't a problem for me since I'm home. Not to mention, it gives you something else to cuddle with while you're sitting by the fireplace. It's not your favorite hen, Drew. Your favorite's name is Olympia Dukakis, character in Still Magnolias. The one in the house is Weezer. Oh, okay. All right. As long as it's not Olympia, we're good. Because I like her. She's pretty, and she doesn't realize she's pretty. So she don't walk around and flaunt or anything else. She's a good girl. Oh. I thought you meant because you got Weezer out of the box and cuddled with her while she was healing up and everything. But yeah, I'm really glad you're home. All right, I can't think of that character's name. What in the world? There is odd particularity. Some lineage society not looking for. Oh, okay. I see what that is. Come on, come on. Oh, you guys get off there. I can't. Olympia. I can't think of what that character's name is either. Now that you mention it. Then again, I've not seen Steel Magnolias in God 15 years or better. So. Well, here in about a week, guys and gals, the Christmas videos um, won't be starting. I've actually lost track of my days, so Christmas videos are not going to start until Tuesday the 10th. It's not going to start till Tuesday the 10th. I kind of I messed up. I'm sorry. I planned on doing um, an array of videos about Christmas traditions, and I messed up. I'll admit it. I'll admit it. I messed up, and I didn't. I got to the 10th of December, and I realized, oh my God, it's December. This year is almost over with. But then again, I had to wait too until this eye was cleared up enough that I could actually read what I have. See, guys, I don't know if any of you other ones, if any of you others that make videos keep a log of your videos. Whenever I start working on a video, I start writing them down. Um, all of this, all, all of this is logs from this year, and um, I can't read it some days. So sometimes when I write down the title of the video, it's just like scribble, 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 and then I have to try to make it out later. Um, Clary. Okay, Clary. I got you. But yeah, I'm just sitting here making videos, whenever I get the chance to get ahead of myself a little bit so I don't get rushed. And I my eye finally gets is somewhat clear one morning, and I'm looking at that going, wait a second, the 10th. Are my videos into December already? Crap. So, that's where I took off doing the Christmas videos. But there's some good ones there. Oh man, I would really honestly sometime during the month of December um, try to figure out how to get Jay in his costume and um, do the live interview thing. Well, live pre-recorded interview thing to release later on. Good morning, Bud Files. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. If y'all will excuse me for a second, since I got home from work and made a pot of coffee, it's kind of um, I'll be right back. Just talk real nice amongst yourselves for a second. Welcome anybody new in that comes in, and tell them the old man's got a crappy bladder and he has to go see a man about a peeing horse. So I'll be right back. Hopefully I make it. Yeah, that sucked. Oh, Andy's back. Well, we're showing 4 here right now. like I said earlier, guys, we are doing the adopt a family thing. Um, Again this year, I am working with different individuals and groups here in my community to try to find out if there's families out there that are in need of assistance, be it for whatever reason they're not able to give their families a good Christmas. If we cannot find an individual family, we'll hook up with one of our local support organizations that work on donations only. There are a few of them here in the area that have no government funding or anything. They work strictly on donations of food and money and clothes and stuff like that to help families out that are in need and be able to help a lot more people out that way. Um, we're also the last couple days I have come to find out also that excuse me. since the uh, since the election, and this is very very weird. But I was walking to work yesterday morning, and I ran across a homeless couple. The girl was probably in her early 30s, and the guy was in his late 40s, early 50s. And since the election, for some reason, a lot of landlords are not they're not wanting to work with um, with businesses slowing down and stuff and people being laid off. They're not wanting to wait for these people to get their unemployment. They're evicting them. And I ran across another couple this morning, just a block and a half away from the house here, walking down to the main road. And it's somebody that I used to work with, but because business slowed down, they let him go for the winter, and they're they're faced with also getting evicted. So I don't know what they expect people to do. I think it's easier to find a job when you have an address. Um, I don't understand it. So thank you, Jan, for reminding folks to hit the like button. Um, but the for those of you that can see the chat um, viewing after it's over, we are doing our 2024 Christmas Adopt a Family program again this year. Um, there will be a link in the chat in the description of where you can give to the Adopt a Family program. Hey, Chris, good to see you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I don't know what this deal is with these landlords wanting to evict folks and not waiting for their unemployment and everything. You would think that having to wait a couple weeks or a month to get your rent would be better than getting no rent at all. And especially with unemployment the way it is now, people are technically they're making more money. What the couple yesterday was telling me is that their landlord is so afraid that there's going to be an escalation in the war overseas that's going to involve us, and they are doing their best to empty out as many of their properties as possible so they can save money. And my coffee pot just shut off. We can't be having that. It's chilly here. Um, Good, Chris. I'm glad. I'm glad you're doing okay. I know that. Oh, what other news have I ran across these last couple days? Um, Rumor has it that because business has been going down so bad with certain fast food chains, that the corporations are looking at lowering prices to where they were pre-pandemic. So, you might be able to get those uh, two all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun for around the $4 mark again instead of closer to the $6 mark. Of course, there's no saving Subway since they've all been bought out by a European group. They're not honoring coupon. Most of them aren't have jacked the prices way up. They're not honoring corporate coupons, no specials, and they're limiting what goes on the sandwiches now. Some places have even reported, or some customers in the country have even reported the size of the buns getting smaller. So a lot of landlords are going to lose tons when they get rid of illegals taking up all the apartments. Very, very true. Very true. And I did see something a few days ago online about they've already started doing it. They have already started rounding up illegals. So we'll just see where that goes. Thursday is gonna rain for Thanksgiving. You might be getting rain, bud, but they're forecasting snow for us. But don't worry, that our snow is supposed to join up with your rain. And parts of the eastern seaboard and New England is going to get snow, and parts of the eastern seaboard and stuff is going to get rain. So the last forecast I looked at said somewhere right around Jan's house, they're supposed to meet up. So they're talking rain, or they're talking snow and polar winds clear down into Kentucky, Tennessee, and the northern tip of Georgia. They're talking about even cooler than normal temperatures. So we'll just have to see what happens. Our local fast food restaurants, Frisch's. God, I miss Frisch's, big boy. Oh, I miss my big boy. Were bought out and have had to close locations, and now two of the original group have bought them back. Very cool. Um, our The bar where I worked at last year uptown was bought out. They're sinking thousands and thousands of dollars into it right now, making it an Indian restaurant, which won't last a year around here because not that many people are interested in Indian food. Um, yeah, Yeah, that's why we're not expecting the kids for Thanksgiving. Well, they're saying that it's not going to hit until, or hit your area probably until late Friday or early Saturday. So, um, yeah, the kids could still come and hang out with you and your husband for Thanksgiving. RBK Jr. is going to clean up all the food, so fast food is going to change dramatically. Really? See, the big mistake that so many restaurants make, and this is the same issue with the bar. You don't you don't advertise an 18-inch pizza with all these toppings at this price and then shrink it down to a 15-inch pizza with limited toppings and mark it up $3. I mean, you're already making double back what you're putting into the pizza, sometimes three times. And you're jacking the price up and making it smaller. But before I left there, they disposed of the large doughs and were making large pizzas out of medium doughs. And customers were noticing. And it got down to the point where here just a couple of months ago, that place would sit empty except for the help on a Friday and a Saturday night. Not to mention, they were charging $1,800 a night to rent the place out, and dark blue and black interior, not worth $1,800 a night. It's his job to get us healthy again. Chemicals out of the food, real cheese back on the shelves. Well, it'd be nice to get real cheese back on the shelves. I would love to have cheese back that I could put on a sandwich and it melt. Yeah, I made a hamburger yesterday and pulled out some of my Swiss cheese, and I melted it in the microwave because I didn't want to overcook my hamburger, and it melted in 15 seconds. And I'm sitting there and I'm thinking it was just a month ago we got American cheese slices and put it on hamburger and had it in the skillet, had the lid on the skillet, and it was in there until the bottom of the hamburger was almost black. And you could still pick the cheese up by the corner and shake it and it wouldn't come apart. It got soft, but it never melted. And it's like, huh, yeah, yeah. I want melty cheese on my burger, damn it. They've needed, Chris, with what you were just saying, they've needed to change fast food for a while, and no one's done it. Uh, it's been unhealthy forever, which is why America leads the world in obesity and stuff. That's why 90% of the time when I go out to eat, I eat chicken. Probably because it tastes better than chicken done at home, unless I can, twist the wife's arm into making her chicken strips or fried chicken or something, which she, experimented for a month to find the right flour spice mixture um, to make her amazing fried chicken and chicken strips and stuff. She's that close to getting the Colonel's 11 herbs and spices into the flour mix. I mean, it is so close to tasting like KFC that you almost can't tell the difference. Bobby can't fight corporations, and his boss won't do it either. But it's always nice to hope. It's nice to hope because, in a situation where fast food is today, if you can convince the corporations that the reason that their business is dropping is because of Americans realizing how unhealthy the food is, they may be more willing to work with that recipe or the ingredients to make the food a little healthier so business will start to pick back up again. You know, for me it's kind of like when McDonald's has a Big Mac on special. They're still showing 1980s Big Macs on the commercial, and when you go in there and you get your Big Mac, um, you can't even see the patties on it without taking it apart to look because they're about that thick and that big around now, where the rest of the sandwich is that big around. Not to mention, they use so much salt on that meat now. That's all I ever taste. And when you get it home and you open it, it looks like somebody's dropped it on the floor and they played soccer with it for about 15 minutes. I didn't realize that when you went out to eat, you had to bring your food home and assemble it. But that's how it is here. Bing a ding 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 ding. And I don't know if anybody out there is as big a fan of the McRib as I am. That's like my favorite sandwich that comes out of McDonald's. But a McRib used to be about that big. Now they're like that. They used to hang over the end of the bun that far. Now they're that far into the bun on both sides. So, yeah, and the prices continuously go up. The only thing that's not changed is the nuggets or the McChicken. Well, the McChickens got smaller, and they've done away with their 99-cent menu, and now a McChicken's almost $2. But I mean, it's a chicken patty about yay big around with lettuce and mayonnaise on it. I mean, yeah, that's cold. Yuck. So yeah, something definitely needs to happen with our fast food. Something to make it a little healthier. Um, Now the one restaurant chain, and I'm sure most of you guys have at least one somewhere nearby you, is BK, Burger King. Here, now I can't speak about nationwide, but here, our Whoppers haven't changed. They're still the amazing Whopper that I had 25 years ago. It is covered with everything. I mean, it's got the lettuce, it's got the tomato, it's got the mayo, it's got the ketchup, it's got everything on it. Oh, I love Burger King. And it's a shame that we don't have a more free money where we could actually I could have the wife stop at Burger King on the way home from work. Things have got pretty bad here, with utilities going up and stuff like that. It's you can't afford to go out and eat. But like I said at the beginning of the stream, guys, the reason that we were running late today is because I had to go in and work this morning. There's a party tomorrow night, um, where we're normally closed on Mondays and Tuesdays. And I go in on Tuesday morning to make all the dough for Wednesday, where the only day of the week that we're open from for lunch and dinner. And I had to go in this morning and make dough for tomorrow's party, and then I'll go in tomorrow morning and get that dough balled up and make the dough for um, the full day of business on Wednesday. And then we're closed on Thanksgiving, of course. We go out once in a blue moon, and it's to Cracker Barrel, as I usually have a gift card. Mom and Dad's favorite place to eat. Mom and Dad's favorite place to eat, and yeah, our nearest one is in Elkhart, Indiana. It's about a, yeah, 25 minute drive. Um, Sadly enough, they'll be coming up on Friday morning. We'll do Thanksgiving on Friday, and we'll just kind of hang out here Saturday and Sunday, and they'll be heading back to central Indiana with my sister and her husband, um, Sunday afternoon, early evening. They might hang out down there for a few days. They may head back Monday morning to Tennessee. Who knows? Um, Love Cracker Barrel. Love Cracker Barrel. The one thing I love most about Cracker Barrel is their chicken and dumplings. Their chicken and dumplings tastes just like my grandma's chicken and dumplings did. And my uncle, God rest his soul, he would go to Cracker Barrel and he would get chicken and dumplings with a side of chicken and dumplings and an extra helping of chicken and dumplings. So, good morning, Elvis. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well this morning. Thank you very much for smashing that like button, bud. Usually, when mom and dad come up here and they stay for a few days, We normally do Cracker Barrel one day for either breakfast or lunch, but can't be doing it this year. Not with Christmas coming up and business slowing down and things like that. So I mean, you can't blame the businesses if you don't have the clients showing up. So nice thing about the wife working though, there is no shortage of elderly folks that like to go out there and pull the lever on the one arm bandit all day or all night long. So can't complain about that. Oh goodness gracious. What are we at? We got about 20 minutes left. Yep, you guys are getting your full 2 hours. That gives me about 5.5 hours to get a good start on the house. Because tomorrow will be busy. Wednesday will be busy. Thursday we have to go visit family. And then Friday we'll have family here. So, yeah, I still got a lot of work to do around here. Getting everything moved around and start to drag out some Christmas stuff and get my little centerpiece for the table made and all that kind of fun stuff. Busy, 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 busy. I can't eat at Cracker Barrel. I run through the gift shop and barely make it to the bathroom. No clue why. Um, because they got so much really cool crap in the gift shop. I mean, I'll be honest about it. I have a hard time leaving the gift shop to go eat. And then before we walk back out the door to get in our car, I'm walking back to the gift shop again, trying to see what I missed the first time around. So I can't blame you, Terry. I really honestly can't. Between the saltwater taffy and the fudge and the cute little magnets, which we love to hang on the fridge door because the granddaughter can't get enough magnets. So I plan on cleaning, throwing out old Mary Kay products, getting set up for my Pampered Chef business, and getting ready to decorate for Christmas. I might need to get a hold of you sometime in the near future, Jan, because I'm trying to get Felix her own workstation in the kitchen. My boss is getting me um, when they moved here from Colorado earlier this year. They brought with them several butcher block top tables, and the framework was bad on them. So they had all these butcher block wood tops, and that's what they used to um, do our butcher blocks and our cutting boards and stuff in the restaurant. And I'm having them cut me a 3 foot by 2 foot um, cutting board out of one of those tabletops. And I'm looking for her a stainless steel restaurant kitchen table. Um, but I'll be getting a hold of you probably because I need pastry pins and um, woodware So she has her own workstation to do all of her baking and stuff. So I got to be quiet because she's right here in the next room and I don't want her to hear what I'm talking about. But I'm going to be setting her up her own little baking station. So yeah, definitely wood utensils, pastry pen, stuff like that. That way, uh, that way, she's got her own stuff to work with. Just let me know. Can do. Oh, another thing I have to do. Um, when this is over with, I've got to go uh, partially bake two crusts for homemade pumpkin pie for Friday, and I'm going to have her get out her decorating bags and tips and do the whipped cream around the pies and stuff like that. So, yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do this week. And of course, Friday morning I'll get up, same bat time, same bat channel, and I'll start working with the turkey. We actually found a new turkey recipe we're going to try this year. I'm not making honey butter to do my turkey with. We found out that if you melt butter and you take large pieces of cheesecloth and soak it in the butter, you can bake the turkey with the cheesecloth laid over it, and it crisps up the skin, and the butter saturates right into the turkey. So, and it gets a nice dark brown, crispy crust. So, yeah, definitely trying something new with the turkey this year. Oh, she's got a little turntable. I want to get her a larger turntable, but she's got a small turntable, probably 12 inches to decorate with, and she's probably got 50 or 60 tips. Um, and God knows how many decorating bags. But yeah, definitely. Like I said, definitely going to be getting with you as soon as the finances are straightened up um, to really set her up. Some kind of a little rack or something to keep all of her stuff in instead of having to be kept in a box and shoved out of the way. And, you know, her own little Ashlyn thing, her own little Felix thing. Um, Not to mention, the wife absolutely loves pampered chef stuff. So, I think the only thing I'm getting the wife for Christmas this year is a life insurance policy with my name on it. The older I get and the more sick I get, the more often I get sick, the more I think that a life insurance policy is probably going to be the way to go. We live in a small town. There's not a lot of job opportunities here, so I figure if I can't adequately take care of them in life, maybe I can adequately take care of them in death. So we'll just have to wait and see. Because I'll tell you guys what, when I got sick the other day, I was praying for death. I was getting dizzy. My vision was going in and out. I was getting very, very lightheaded. My equilibrium was completely off. And every time that I would get dizzy, I would get nauseous. And I couldn't tell if I was having a stroke or what the hell was going on. But it wasn't feeling real good. Kind of scared me a little bit. I mean, it kind of scared her too because she actually came after me one day when she was off work. So yeah, it was a little. It kind of made me think that immortality might be out of my reach. So I just kind of wanted to, figure out what I could give her that was actually going to help her in the future. And yeah, I think life insurance is probably going to be the. We have those two multiple tips for decorating. I had that week before last. Went to the doctor, and he sent me for an MRI. Well, even though they can't use hospital bills and doctor bills against you on your credit report, I still, and call this a guilty conscience, I don't understand how it works, but I can't wholeheartedly go to the hospital or something knowing there's no possible way I can pay a bill. And, because I mean, they are providing services. So, with no insurance, I don't even have the option of going. When I fell and I hurt my shoulder here a couple months ago, if it wouldn't have been for the fact that she physically made me go to the hospital to get it x-rayed and stuff, I would have never gone. I don't, to me, that's just not right. That's kind of like, calling a grocery store to have them deliver food to you, and when they deliver the food, you take all the food and go in your house and slam the door on the delivery boy. It's just, what can I say? That's just how I feel about it. After the first of the year, we'll be getting on Medicare. I actually got a phone call yesterday. I actually got a phone call yesterday for somebody wanting to help me with my Medicare. I'm like, um, um, I don't have Medicare. Well, it says here in our computer that you have Medicare, Mr. Hunt. I'm like, well, Mr. Hunt may have had Medicare, but since he died 21 years ago, I think your computer might need updating. And then they hung up on me. I don't think those people like being told they're wrong. I, I mean, I've still got what, 10 years, 9 years till I can get Medicare. I know I've got 9 years till I can start using my senior citizens discount at the grocery store. But that's kind of cool. You'll be getting on Medicare. I mean, it's there. You might as well utilize it. You might as well use it. Um, That's kind of like retirement. I mean, as long as we still have retirement, um, oh, we still get mail for grandma. We get a lot of mail for grandma, especially pre-election. The right to work stuff and things like that. And I'm like, dude, she was if she was still here, um, she would be almost 80 years old. There is no right to work for her. And then of course, we get those calls. We get letters in the mail where they're like, we've attempted to call Marilyn Hunt, but we can't reach her. And it's like, even if you could reach her, she couldn't help you because she'd be talking about a kidgy cat on the table and how she can't wait for snow because it always makes the 4th of July better, and things like that. I mean, my God, man, she had a stroke 7 years before she passed away. Getting on Social Security as well as working at the school. So mom did. Mom still to this day. I mean, she's almost 80 years old. And my mom was working. Well, they've been on Social Security now for over 11 years. Dad's not gone back to work since they retired. But mom has worked at the dollar store. She's worked at janitorial at the high school. She's worked janitorial at the hospital, and still collected, but managed to keep her hours right at that level where it doesn't affect her Social Security or anything. So I mean, I would say go for it, girlfriend. It's just going to be extra income for you guys. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. We got us about 3.5 minutes left. Oh wow, we've made it to 50 degrees here in Southwest Michigan. Woohoo! It's a heat wave. That's what yeah. For those of you that are watching the live stream after it's live, um, if you are seeing the chat, you will see that I just put up um, a post about our 2024 Christmas Adopt a Family um, collection. We have done it for the last couple years. Um, we've done some good, not as good as we could possibly have done, but we've done some good. And we're doing it again this year. I am working with individuals in my community and different organizations trying to find worthy families in need of a little extra help this holiday season. Toys for the kids or grandkids, possibly a little food for the table. If we cannot pin down one individual family that desperately needs the help, we do have local organizations that give to multiple families in the community that are only ran on donations. Clothing donations, food donations, monetary donations, things like that. And they help multiple families and elderly couples and veterans. So if we cannot pin down one specific family, we will be going to one of those organizations to give in the name of Living Histories Mysteries and Ferocious Feline Productions. There will be a link in the description below where you can give if you cannot see the chat, or click on the link in the chat. And I just want to, I just want to thank everybody for the help in the past and for being part of our 2024 Christmas Adopt a Family collection. Um, so I was thinking I'm going to call CPA and ask her. We have 59. 59 what? Got 59 what? Fishing. What is up, big guy? Hope you're feeling better, man. Oh, 59 degrees. Yeah, we finally made it up to 50. Um, but that's going to be ending here real soon. They said that storm moving across the top part of the country is going to probably start hitting us tonight. There's a chance of rain and or snow tomorrow, and then of course um, Wednesday and Thursday. Some accumulation as the polar wind starts to come down out of Canada and push the storm down from northwest to southeast. And like I said, according to the model, it's supposed to, the two fronts are supposed to converge somewhere right around your location. They're talking about southern Ohio, northern Kentucky. So depending upon where the temperature range at and how the polar wind starts to hit, that you could see rain or snow in your area. Back home, took more bone and reattach tendon. Hopefully I can start healing now. Man, they're just not going to leave you alone. I am so sorry, bud. That's that's freaking terrible. That's freaking terrible. But all right, guys and gals, it is that time. We've got our 2 hours in today. Again, I'm sorry for the screwed up times. Um, but 10 o'clock is going to be our fallback time if I do have to work on a Monday morning and can't be here by 8 o'clock. 10 or 10:30 is going to be our fallback time. Just watch the community tab and definitely watch for the videos and the time that we're running, and you'll be able to tell if I got to work on a Monday or not, like I did this morning. So, but I got to get busy getting this house straightened up for family Thanksgiving. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got a lot of stuff to bake and get ready. But that's what I understand. I hope to get snow. Supposed to get rain today and tomorrow. We got a 60% chance of rain today, so who the hell knows? Who the hell knows? But all right, guys and gals, I'm out of here. You guys all have an absolutely amazing Thanksgiving. I hope those of you that have family nearby, you're able to get together and be close to them. If not family, then friends, because sometimes your friends are better than family. So just remember, You can pick your friends, and you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. So I'm out of here. You guys all have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see y'all next Monday. So until next time, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you. I do. We'll catch y'all later. Have a good day.